YouTube too. Thank you guys. Who do you have here? Victor Ndukwe Uche. Welcome. Thanks for joining us this evening. Good evening, everyone. Yeah, John Pat. Yeah, what is the title of this music? For Instance, by Two-Face Idibia. Who is the confused human being, please? Oh, your father is confused. Oh, I didn't know. I didn't realize it. Okay. Please, dementia is not good when you combine it with psychosis. Look at them cipher. Okay. These people will hang on this mountain. Hey, man. Thank you, my people, for joining me this wonderful evening. When you come to the public, you see all manner of people, the idiots who can't walk and chew up at the same time. Those who can't even cross the road without any aid. Oh, today I will be happy. Man, you have to be happy every day. We are all happy. Yeah, thanks. Please, can you explain that shit those white people are doing in that video? Don't worry, it's coming. It's part of the show. It's part of the show. Guys on YouTube, I thank you so much for joining. Yeah, very good. Thank you, very good. Thanks for joining us. My people. Thank you everyone for joining us this wonderful evening. We've come to expose the liars again. We've come to expose the hypocrites. And guys, how many people do you think had their medical conditions worsened? In fact, in Nigeria, like we told them that this China virus at the end of the day will not even kill 10% of the people. Hunger, anxiety, and the rest would kill. We saw people who committed suicide. And let me tell you, no matter what you think about suicide, most people use it as the last resort. And most times it's because they are confused. They don't understand the society, everything again. When you are disillusioned and you aren't prepared enough to deal with it, that's what leads to most of the suicides. Yes. Depression. What causes depression? Mostly anxiety. Okay. And I read a report that in the USA, I think was it in the entire US or one state? Yes, in the USA they recorded suicides in 4 weeks. In 4 weeks, the suicide numbers, the suicide total was exactly the exact figure they are supposed to get in a year. And they got it in 4 weeks. What caused it? The lockdowns. Now, I don't care what you think about religion, but most people, especially Westerners, that's the only thing they revert to. That's the only fallback they have. And that's the only place their community gather together to care for each other. Like I've been telling people, black and white people use religion for 2 different reasons. Then watch them what up. Even back home in Nigeria, most people, I don't know. It's supposed to be obvious to everyone that I don't care about all these churches and mosques and the rest of them. But guess what? The closure of those places led some people into deeper anxiety and depression. Yes. We've been mocking them. Hey, your Jesus is locked down. Your Muhammad is quarantined. This and that and this. Yes, I want religion to end, but it shouldn't be done by the government. I want to sit down and have a conversation with the person and tell you why I believe that your religion is just killing you instead of helping you. Not the government locking down everywhere. Look at the poverty rate, poverty level. Most businesses have gone bankrupt. We are talking about the ones on the stock market, but you will forget to think about the ones in our street, in our local markets. In our local markets, those people whose businesses we are tagged non-essential by the government. Just tell me any business that is not essential. Those non-essential businesses and services, you can still get it from the mega corporations. Who is fooling who? Now you had to lock down to save lives. Those of you that put what do you call it? The frame, the stupid frame on your profile photos. I stay home. I stay home to keep my community safe. Are you still staying home? Are you still locked down? Huh? Are you still staying home? Tell me how you helped your community by putting that stupid frame. How did you help the families whose relatives committed suicide as a result of their anxiety induced by this first lockdown? At what point would it occur to our people that the government is the last place you should look at for solution? The last place anyone should ever look at, go to for solution. Ronald Reagan said it. That the issue is people looking at the government for solution when the government actually is the problem. Look at their lockdown. Now our own rulers, because we have no leader in Africa except for the Rwandan and the Tanzanian presidents. Apart from those, every other person is being led by the nose. And look at the people who are leading them by their noses. These people we are seeing, those of you in Europe, America, and even Asia, those are the people who are controlling your leaders. That is to show you that you have weak people. Very, very weak people running your affairs. Imagine how easily they bought the lockdown nonsense. Now, I don't even want to begin to imagine how these people are faring in these their negotiations when they go to negotiate deals for their countries. Look at the people they are going to talk to, then look at the people talking to them. No matter how dumb or stupid you think the rulers of the West are, just remember that those people are the ones giving your presidents their marching orders. Yet you call them the fathers of your countries. The governor is the father of the state. The president is this, is that. They should be derided. They should be mocked. They should be exposed for the morons, for the dummies they are. Just before last week, it was all about the lockdown. You are supposed to stay safe. Now, even those idiots that were attacking us, where are they today? Are they going to pretend that they didn't mock their fathers? Are they going to pretend that they got it right also? Just swallow everything you were given without checking, without verification. No independent thoughts of their own. None whatsoever. Inducing fear in people. Please, where is the noise about the vaccines now? Where are the noises? When was the last time you heard, since that Italian member of parliament called out Billy G? I told you people that a lot of people will not understand what happened that day. I said it's a shot that was heard all around the world, but is within the circle of the people that know what's going on. Within the group of people that know exactly what's going on, they knew where it was going to. The vaccine, where are you still hearing about it? I said they will use one problem after another to keep your brains busy, to overload your brain, overcharge it with things that will only induce anxiety. And when you are suffering, you will be begging. That is torture, mental torture they gave to people. I was watching channels. I don't know what made me open my phone one day. I saw that channel. Channel. There's a live stream on channels. Facebook page. I clicked it. I clicked on it, my dear. I was hearing, oh, please. The biggest assembly of banality since this fake pandemic started. Expert after expert repeating the same nonsense, one nonsense after another, or the whole as copy and paste. As they received it from here, they will paste it here and give. Check your international news on your local newspapers, even your TV stations in Nigeria. Check. It's just a copy and paste from these people. Now you wonder why everyone is stupid. We have uniform stupidity. Madness. Mazi, the riot in America has finally killed coronavirus. Yes. Where is the China virus now? Tell me. To make matters worse, the same people who were telling you not to go to the beach with your family, not to do this, not to do that, in the UK, you would be legally prosecuted for visiting your girlfriend or your boyfriend. Sex cancelled. Cancelled. But you can go and protest against the big bad orange man. You are allowed to protest. Now, watch the people protesting in the UK, even your black people. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Racist, sexist, go away. Fascist, racist. Even as you are walking past the homes of the fascists and the racists. Fascist, racist, go away. Even as you are walking past the Buckingham Palace. Nazis, fascists, go away. Even as you're walking past the homes of the people who owned the slave ships that left Liverpool and London, even Manchester. Racist, fascists, go away. Even as you are walking past the Chatham House. Black Lives Matter. Even as you're walking past the corporations, the head offices of the corporations that ran slavery, who are still taking the resources of Africa and every other powerless country in the world. Who is fooling who? Who is fooling who exactly? Tell me. Wait, I just saw a comment here. We have to be alert and start to galvanize ourselves now so we can match them up in their evil plans. These people don't present. Please believe me, you see these people. You see these people, you shouldn't let them off. And the only way you pass the message is just inform your family members. This is vaccine rubbish. You think that it will work in our place? You think so? You think so? Let me see that person who will take on that suicide mission to go and give someone vaccine after this nonsense. Warn your people back home. No matter how much they want to pay you, if they ever bring this nonsense back, please do not take. And if they will tell you to go and give, no, leave them, let them go give the vaccines, administer the vaccines themselves. Because with this anger, with the anger in the hearts of the people, heads will literally roll. Heads would literally roll. You can bet on that. I don't know about any other place. In northern Nigeria, it is going to be very, very dangerous for anyone that tries it. We are waiting for them. Very good. Let us see. You saw our brother who was making a video from inside the Sani Abacha Stadium. Coronavirus. Coronavirus. Look at the whole place. Everywhere, just divert. Nobody here. And they are telling us they will have 800 in the coronavirus isolation center. Okay. When, I love those people. They will not warn you 2 times and they will not warn you in anger. Don't worry until you cross that line. I am waiting for that fearless man and woman who will go to administer that nonsense over there. We'll see how it will end. Let us see how it will go. Hold on. Police killed a boy in my hometown last 2 months. Nobody is talking about it. You see? For violating their nonsense lockdown. Look at the people who gave them that idea of locking down the whole place. Look at what's happening now. I hope those police guys are happy. They are proud of the jobs they did. The people who killed their fellow human beings for violating a rule or a law given by who? You people are still afraid of the one world government. Guess what? You are living under a one world government already. And the whole rulers are clueless. Amima wanted to kill me and my guy just because we passed in front of Central Bank. Imagine. Imagine. Can you imagine the nonsense? When human lives are valued less than that of a dog in the West. That is exactly what they think of you. And why would they stop when they are not suffering any consequences? No, there is nothing, no, there is no hell to pay for taking a life. Hence, they will keep on doing it. Hold on. Oh, look at the joke video China's TV showed about the coronavirus. These people think, my dear, leave these nonsense idiots. They need the money and they're willing to do anything there. Listen, go pay them and watch them sing your praises. There is no difference between your media houses and the so-called social media influencers. They will paste anything, they will share anything on their platform if the money is right. Someone is paying those people. Now, all those people, the Nigerians on the board of Gavi and the rest of them, don't you see their companies advertising their products on those stations? People are paying for all the things you're hearing, you're seeing on your TV, on radio. People are paying for them. But immediately it is taken to a mosque. Maybe other Nigerians will comply, say, I didn't tell you. You pay attention to channels. My dear, I pity anybody that still go to those places for news. Tell me exactly what you are going to learn there. Just let me know. Tell me, make me understand. When the people they are copying from in the West are as confused as we are seeing them, some of them are not confused. These people are evil. Mind you, these people led the whole world to 2 major wars just so they can save their monetary system. Two major wars. Has anyone told you exactly why they started the First World War? Huh? Has anyone told you? Do you know that it was actually because of oil? Oil in Iraq. And the Germans were going to build a railroad from Baghdad to Berlin. Please, the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand was just a cover for it. And the people who assassinated Archduke Ferdinand were paid. The Black Hands, the Hungarian gangs that did that, they were paid by the Vaticans, by the people at the Vatican. All those people are the same as the mafia families of New York, the 5 families, and those ones are just the ones you know. How about the Jewish ones? Meyer Lansky, what happened? My people, we don't even want to go there now. But the bottom line is this. The people that are calling the shots are willing to plunge the whole world into misery just so they protect themselves, because the fall of this system will never be complete without many of them hanging from the poles. May not be literally, it could be ending up in Guantanamo Bay, all the prisons they built for people, all these they are floating prisons. Let me tell you, some people are imprisoned in ships that are sailing the oceans right now. When WikiLeaks exposed them, when they released some cables, you saw how far the rendition program went. Mind you, these are the ones they were discussing over the internet that got caught. How about the ones? How about the for your eyes only ones? How about the ones that are being spoken only in secret? How many scientists have gone missing? The Malaysian airline, are we still talking about it? Huh? My dear, this is how evil the hearts of these people are. These people are willing to do anything just so they will maintain power. If we weren't shouting about this before now, and it was the days when the media is just CNN, MSNBC, Fox, and the rest of them. And people, please, I use Fox News videos. That shouldn't make you watch Fox News. Like I've told you people, the only person I watch on Fox is Tucker Carlson. Then maybe some weekends, Greg Gutfeld, for the jokes, for the comedy. I love Tyros, Kat Timpf, and some of the guests they are bringing on. That sometimes he will bring on Max Stein. and some of the other interesting guests that grace the show. Other than that, don't watch Fox News. Okay, the only person that is Laura Ingraham. Those are the two anti-war voices left in the US mainstream media. Only them. Find me another one. Unless you go to RT, of which RT America is just full of liberals. MSNBC fired Ed Schultz because he wouldn't shut up about Syria. So when I use Fox video, please, Fox videos is not just because of Fox News. It's not because of Fox News. No, it's because of Tucker Carlson. Only him. Don't watch Sean Hannity, please. They are all the same. And there is a reason the richest people in the world are the owners of your media houses. Because you control the information, you control what people hear. And if you control what people hear, you control what they think by at least 75%. And when you control what they think, you don't need to do much to control their lives. You just press the button. Now everyone will obey. Only people like us who are classified as troublemakers. Wait, when they finally roll out their contact tracing, they've rolled them out in some places, in some instances, but most people don't know it yet. By the time they start the social security, the social credit scores, you will know that being a member of this court is bad for you. And please, let me clarify something. When you are in this court, if your name is Anthony Ezenwa, this court is to make you belong to the Anthony Ezenwa court. You are Dubem Johnson. You are in Dubem Johnson's court. You understand? That's what we mean by our court brainwashing you to think for yourself. Think for yourself. Oh, you think it's a Chukwuka's court? If you it's a personal court. And watch, all those people in their personal courts are the ones who didn't buy this nonsense from the one, no matter how they shouted. Yeah, of course, Laura Ingraham is good. Yes, of course, Laura is good. My people, it is the great unraveling. And we should mock these people every opportunity we get. At the same time, they are dumping down the population. I will show you, we are going to laugh first. Then I will show you what else we are missing. As we are talking about this George Floyd, one person, remember the video we did in the morning? Last weekend, 24 black people shot dead in Chicago, not one protest. 85 shot and 24 fatal shootings. Compare that to one person, George Floyd. No, he died in a very miserable way. All the people involved should face the death penalty. That's my stance. But you see, the outrage is fake. Fake. Right now, they are doing a live ceremony on his behalf. Right now. Shot by who? By black people. Black gangs in Chicago, just in Chicago alone. We're not talking about Baltimore, Maryland. Not Philadelphia. The group takes money from George Soros. What else do you want to hear? They take money from George Soros, sponsored by George Soros. Open Society and MoveOn.org. The insult. My people, I told you ultimately they would want to replace us. They would want to replace us. We are talking about eugenics, right? Don't worry. And by the time they roll it out, if it's possible, people like us would be gone, would disappear before you know what's going on. Before you know what's going on. Yes, that idiot's hometown. And you compare it to cops kneeling on an unarmed man's neck, call a spade a spade. I'm not understanding you, my brother. It's a joke. Antifa, they've declared them a terrorist organization. Go and watch the latest video from Project Veritas. James O'Keefe. I think we have detractors here. James O'Keefe, go watch James O'Keefe's video. No, the ones in Chicago, we are not sure because of their colors. No, it is a gang violence that has destroyed black communities for the past 35 years, 35, 40 years. No one is talking about that. No one is saying anything about that. No one. George Floyd, he died a very painful death. I wouldn't want to go that way. I will only wish that on my worst enemy. Other than that, I wouldn't want that thing to happen to anyone I know. It's painful. Now the party that is stirring up this protest, this fake protest and riots, are the same party controlling that state. The prosecutor that refused to bring the charges against these people initially are from the same party that are telling you these things. Now you see why some people are telling you that they staged it. Huh? Every person that failed in that place should be punished. They should face the consequences for their actions. All of a sudden, coronavirus disappeared. All of a sudden, we are no longer practicing social distancing. Some of you have not shaken anyone's hand for a long time. And those of us that are living under a bad climate, I mean weather-wise, the summer is the only time you go out to stay with friends, enjoy, go to the beach, go to the seas, take a boat ride, enjoy your beer under the hot sun. You can't even go to the pub to stay with your friends. As of last week, you couldn't. Now you can, because the fathers and the mothers of the society have decided that the kids, they are now allowed to go play. But you have to socially distance yourselves. But for the riot, no problem. China virus disappeared. My brother said, I'm sitting outside now. My brother will wait for them. Now, if it happens, see, whichever way they are effed, they are effed up, they are blanked whichever way. if there is a new outbreak, now they were on camera, on live video before the whole world, urging people to go and protest. Then, if there was none, what do you think will happen? Now we will ask them why they locked down the whole the whole place in the first time. Are you seeing how head or tail they are losing? This is a coin toss they will never win. My dear, they've driven their vehicle into a place they can never bring it out from or out of. The same Democrats. Huh. My dear, be your own boss, be your own man. Think for yourself. Experts say, please, whenever you hear the word, if someone begins anything with experts say, please, that is the time to let your bullshit detecting antenna go live. Be very, very careful, because who are these experts? They've soiled everything. These are the same people telling you that you have more than 2 genders. And gender and sex is not the same. Yes, experts. That you can identify as any gender you feel like. This morning, are you feeling like a dragon? You are a dragon today. They were arresting people for using the wrong pronoun. This is no longer about a man identifying as a woman, forcing you to call him a woman. It's about someone telling, I am gender non-conforming, gender fluid. Experts. That didn't wake people up. No. Same experts. Those are the people I'm supposed to listen to. No problem. No problem. We are waiting. We are watching. I'm gender non-conforming. I'm trans-species. What? Some of you that are sending your kids to the university to study this nonsense, my people, you think going to study mass communication, international relation, what do you call it, sociology? I've mentioned mass communication, right? You think it's useless? Wait until you hear how much people are studying to major in what do you is it a lesbian dance class? Yes, what the class they are taking? Liberal arts. Modern art. The modern art is they bring a banana, keep it on top of a table, just like that. Take a photo of it. Is art. At the same time, they are now tinkering with human DNA. I believe that humans have been tinkering with we've been tinkering with the DNA for a long time, but this one is something else. Transhumanism used to be a sci-fi issue. Now it's reality. It's now reality. At the same time, they are dumbing down the overall population. No, I didn't form anyone. Look it up. Lesbian dance class, look it up. I'm a professor. I'm a liberal arts professor. Go check what I kid you not, my dear. You haven't been paying attention. Viktor Orban, the Hungarian Prime Minister, closed down many schools. Go and check it. I'm not kidding. Please, people in Hungary, back me up on this. He closed up many liberal schools at arts colleges. Many liberal colleges closed up. In fact, go and check, I kid you not, my brother. People in, you don't even need to Google it. People in Hungary, bear me witness, back me up on this. Ha! You never see something. My dear, some of your friends who are studying in the UK, in the US, I'm doing this, I'm studying. They will not tell you what they are studying. Okay, you've confirmed it. Now you see why I have zero respect for these people. Now you see why it seems I'm rebellious. No, I am seeing. I am not just looking. I am seeing. When I hear something, I will go and check. Oh, these are the same people that are telling me that we'll have more than 80 genders. Don't worry. My dear, wait. Let me look at it. Check a hard look at it myself. Okay, you don't know. You don't know. My people, please let us watch some videos, because I need to hit the pub very soon. I need to hit the pub very soon, my dear. But you know, before I would. Let's watch this one, my people. It
was just the other day, it seemed like, that the government was threatening people with arrest, and in some cases doing it, if they tried to reopen their businesses. Now, those same leaders are standing astride and encouraging people to burn those businesses down. Could the riots we're seeing increase coronavirus cases? They don't seem to care, but we're going to assess that with Dr. Mark Siegel after the break. Well, for months...
Can you see all the social distancing? Wait, I'm coming. Can you see all the social distancing going on here? Look at the crowd.
Well,
see the social distancing. This is Baltimore, Maryland. Now go check what the news was like in Baltimore just last week before the killing of George Floyd. Watch it. Just see the social distancing going on here. Yes. Yes. So much for social distancing. These morons refused to fight the establishment. If you ask them now, they will tell you they are fighting the power. Push back against power. Keep punching up. No, you are punching down. You are punching down by rioting. How many Federal Reserve buildings did they go to destroy? Huh? How many bank headquarters in New York did they destroy? Right now, Manhattan is being protected by the police, but the other places, no problem, go destroy them. Why they are shouting, defund the police? The morons on CNN will be telling you, defund the police, while the offices of their bosses are being guarded by the same police. And when you take out the police, they have enough money to employ private armed guards. But your city, no problem. It's good to be burnt down. I thank John Jones. Bones Jones. I thank John Jones for organizing his friends to police their community. Whatever I think about John Jones, like for the MMA fans, if you're a UFC fan, you know who John Jones is. The champ. And I hope he resolves his issues with Dana White. Man, I still want to have John Jones fight Reyes again. There may be one other person. I want him to fight Adesanya. Look at what he was doing. Not much was there about that one on ESPN. But if it's when he's getting into troubles, they will cover it. Why? He is hurting the protest they love. See the social distancing going on. Watch.
For months, recently, all of us were told that the Bill of Rights had been canceled. Our most basic rights, free speech, political assembly, freedom of religion, all of it was being suspended. Trying to organize a political rally got people arrested. Why? Coronavirus, public health, nothing's more important. That's what they told us. They were lying. It turns out they just didn't want us talking and challenging their power. We told you that at the time. It turned out to be absolutely right. We know that because now that a movement has emerged that will increase their power, the same people aren't just allowing protests in the street, but encouraging them. Eric Garcetti threatened the residents of Los Angeles with punishment if they walked on dry sand. We showed you the tape. Yesterday, Garcetti kneeled with protesters, prostrated himself before them, begged their forgiveness. He even touched some.
Did you catch that? Walking on sand, a crime. They will give you a ticket or even arrest you. Could equally be both. Now he is kneeling with the protesters. Are you seeing your people, how easy it is? You see your people, see this black man, see this one, see this one. Please, how many of them can afford to live in Los Angeles? He loves you so much, but your parents' homes, where your parents lived, you cannot afford them now. You can't afford rent there. $4,000 a month. 5,000 in some places. I have my friend here. I don't want to mention him. He's in California. I think he lives around the Koreatown. Ask him how much he's paying. Ask him how much he's paying in rent. No, we will not have that conversation. But you see this virtue signaling. This is good for photo ops. Even he came with his marks. Oh, what a law-abiding mayor. With mask. And why didn't he force these people to wear their own masks? Right now in Istanbul, if I step out here and move around my neighborhood without a mask, you see this busybody police, you will pay $500. Unless you are around the ghetto. That go there and see who is wearing their useless mask. Even police will be passing that. They don't care. Look at them practicing the social distancing. Watch. Someone said, but protest is the defiance of the law. Let's see.
Where was the social distancing, Eric? None. The coronavirus didn't vanish. The question is, could it spike in cases leaders previously warned of? Will it? NYU Langone Professor Mark Siegel has some thoughts on that. He joins us tonight. Doctor, thanks so much for coming on. Is this bewildering? Unravel it for us, if you would.
It's not bewildering, Tucker. I have to tell you, I'm coming to you from the heart of New York City tonight in my office where I'm only allowed, because I'm essential medical personnel, entire city of
Los Angeles. Are you seeing it? Are you seeing the social distance? And guys, this Mark Siegel, this is the doctor that first told us about the hydroxychloroquine. And I believe those doctors in France reached out to him. Then he got in touch with Tucker Carlson. I remember the insults I got by telling these people this is just malaria and flu. These people, conspiracy theorists. Oh, where are those people now? I will keep on banging on it until I shame them, each and every one of them. All of them, each and every one of them. This guy has always been right from day one. But we are waiting.
New York is locked down. It's also, of course, now under a curfew. What an eerie feeling. But I'll tell you what the heart of the problem is. You already alluded to it. It's our leadership. Can we believe leaders, mayors, and governors who 1 week say you have to be locked down because of COVID-19, and the next week they totally forget about COVID-19? And as you say, they're getting together with protesters who are not obeying social distancing, that are in anger. And I have to tell you, in my book on fear, I point out that when you're angry, when you're having a lot of emotion and passion, you know what you do? You don't take precautions. So they're handing out masks, right? Jacob Fry in Minneapolis is handing out masks to everybody, and they're rubbing their masks, and they're spitting through their masks, and they're touching each other. Well, Minnesota has 7 cases on June 2nd, thank God. They've dropped all the way down to 7 cases in the whole state of Minnesota. They're up to phase 2 reopening. So we're waiting to see, Tucker, what is going to happen to Minneapolis now. We're all for the First Amendment, for protesting, of course. But listen, Jacob Fry didn't like the idea that we were going to reopen churches and put 25% of churches, of each church open, which is also First Amendment. Now, I'm wondering what's going to happen to Minneapolis now with all of these protests and no social distancing. 25 centers, hotspots around the United States, according to the Associated.
This is Denver, Colorado. Watch. One of the places that shut down and refused people to go out and do their businesses. Watch them. So much for social distancing.
The press are worrisome for the issue of what's going to happen with all this protesting, all this congregating together. What's going to happen a few days from now? Just a few days from now, what will happen? Will we see a spike in cases? And I want to tell you something interesting, Tucker. To me, this is a public health experiment. You and I have been saying from the beginning, we don't believe lockdowns work. We think they're draconian. We think they're unnecessary. Well, guess what they're doing? Our leaders are relieving the lockdowns by allowing people to congregate. So I am going to be able to come on this show next week and tell you lockdowns helped or they didn't, because they're being violated all across the country. And if we don't see a spike in cases as a result, we'll know that the media and our politicians were overhyping the lockdowns to get political gain. They made a mistake, though. They shifted over to First Amendment rights to protest and forgot about COVID-19. Well, if COVID-19 comes back, they're going to look awful foolish. And if it doesn't come back, they're going to look foolish, Tucker.
It's just very different, because before people wanted to worship God in church, which is obviously immoral. Now they're looting the Apple Store, which is, needless to say, civil rights. So you can see it's very different. Doctor, thanks so much. Good to see you tonight.
Try to make sense of that. Please, let's jump immediately to Laura Ingraham. These are the 2 people worth watching on Fox. Every other person is just trumpeting nonsense. Laura Ingraham and Tucker Carlson, those are the only 2 people I would advise anyone to watch on Fox. Other than that, every other thing you see on Fox News is just as terrible as CNN, MSNBC, NBC, CBS, ABC, all of them, Young Turks, Vogue, Vox, what do you call it, Politico. What's the other one? BuzzFeed. Oh, man. And people who watch all those nonsense and come here to debate you, to argue with you. Get their empty skulls filled with rubbish. Then they will come here to make noise. Let's watch Laura. What's going on? Get out. Is this Rolls Royce? Sorry, we'll check it later.
From reality. That's the focus of tonight's angle. The left's rules, have you noticed this? They never seem to apply to them. Now, we've seen this play out with Governor Ralph Northam not wearing his mask at the beach, or Governor Whitmer's hubby traveling to their family cabin up north, or Governor Pritzker's family escaping from Illinois to that awful, dangerous state of Florida. Mayor Lori Lightfoot, she got her hairstyle.
Get that one. escaping from Chicago to that awful Florida. The same people who were berating the Florida governor, what's his name, the former congressman? Oh, why am I forgetting his name? They were berating him for opening up his city. He was the only one hosting a sporting event like the UFC, even though they didn't allow fans to get in. They were saying people will die in Florida. They will do this, this will that, lives will be lost, cases will spike. Then the same person who locked down his own state is allowing his family to travel to Florida to get away from the anxiety he's putting people into. Are you seeing it? Are you getting it? Are you getting it? You dey see him?
Oh, that she kept salons closed for everyone else in Chicago. But if you still wanted to give these blue state governors and mayors the benefit of the doubt on these COVID lockdowns, well, now you can disabuse yourself of that notion for good. In late April, Mayor de Blasio denounced Hasidic Jews who gathered for a funeral in Brooklyn, and he used the police to break it up.
The notion.
Check the date, April 29. April 29, Mayor Bill de Blasio, worst mayor ever. This idiot wanted to become US president. The day he was declaring, there were more protesters protesting against him running than came to watch him. Worst mayor ever. I still remember that comedy. Ah, man. Comedy has gone political. Political comedy is the best comedy right now. April 29th, I want you to watch him. Listen to the fool.
That people would gather in large numbers, and either they didn't mean to, would spread a disease that will kill other members of the community is just unacceptable to me. If you saw anger and frustration, you're right. I spoke out of real distress that people's lives were in danger before my eyes, and I was not going to tolerate it.
So people's lives were in danger at the funeral, okay. But when throng...
Then this one was yesterday. The difference a month can make. Watch it. This one was yesterday. Are you seeing the protest? Okay.
Of looters roam the streets to smash and grab and push aside, or worse, anyone in their way. Suddenly, there's zero concern for public health, COVID, and the police, by de Blasio, are told to use a light touch.
Overwhelmingly peaceful protest.
Yesterday, same person, just listen.
Protesters respecting the ground rules set by police doing exactly what they are so good at.
There's a small anarchist group that's been...
Watch it. There is a small anarchist group. Watch it. Just listen to the same person. Yesterday.
violent, and then there's a small criminal element that's been violent. But you're talking about the infinitesimal percentage compared to the overwhelming majority of the protesters who have been peaceful.
No COVID concerns. So, but if thousands of people show up in, let's move on to Charlotte, North Carolina, to march against police brutality, okay, they're welcome, fine. So you're right to peacefully protest. But if thousands of RNC attendees want to rally in Charlotte 2 months from now, they're called irresponsible, dangerous, selfish.
The president's extremely...
See this dummy. And for the people who think listening to your fellow black people is what Pan-Africanism is, please, Don Lemonhead is not a journalist. This moron, I think his last name fits him. Look at the head. Doesn't it look like a lemon? Don't listen to this fool. Never you waste a second of your time to listen to this bastard. I think there is another reason for which he is being paid at the CNN, which is CIA News Network. This guy is not a news person. He's not an analyst, nothing. I'm not attacking him because he's gay, no. There is another thing he must be doing there that made them give him that job. The most idiotic person you can watch in the media. Joy Reid, Don Lemonhead, Al Sharpton. You see these people, these dummies, they are frauds. Fraudsters. Hey, CNN is not this, is this. They have black newscasters, okay? Okay.
Irresponsible, bullying, and potentially deadly threat today in the middle of this deadly pandemic. To move the Republican National Convention from Charlotte.
He wants, 20,000 people to gather?
See another one. You see this Wolf Blitzer. Please, not everyone in glasses is smart. He will dress well. You will see this beard like the old scientists. The 20th century scientists, smart geniuses. Don't let the gray hair fool you. Dumb people get old too. I think he is in the running for the worst and the dumbest person on TV with Don Lemonhead. Watch this one. He's another beauty. These are not the sharpest knives in the cabinet.
In the arena there, packed, screaming, shouting on top of each other, right in the midst of this pandemic. Is that what he's saying?
Have any of you seen the crowds in Raleigh and Charlotte, North Carolina? Well, if you want to open your restaurant's doors to customers, they're going to stop you, or they're going to send state inspectors, and they're going to have measuring tapes, and they're going to make sure that your salad bar is in order. But if you want to ransack a restaurant, they'll give you the green light. And if you want to go to church, they'll send cops out to harass you. But if you want to burn down the church, they'll basically look the other way or excuse it. If you want to protest the lockdowns at the state capitol, you're called a terrorist and a threat to public health and safety. But now, if you're marching in a crowd carrying a sign that says F Trump, you're organizing for change. No COVID problems there. And if you're thinking about, let's say, hitting the beach.
This virus doesn't take the weekends off.
April 26, Gavin Newsom. You see this fool? He is related to what's her name? Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives. Gavin Newsom. You remember the video we did about them in one of our Billy G's videos? How the same people have been controlling California for the past 80 years. The Newsom family, the Getty family, the Feinstein family, the Pelosi family, and the Brown family. These families. April 26, let me rewind it a little bit so you hear what he said. For people going to the beach on weekends with their family.
Hey, hitting the beach.
This virus doesn't take the weekends off. This virus doesn't go home because it's a beautiful sunny day around our coasts.
But apparently the virus has taken the entire week off, or it's just over altogether and they didn't bother telling us. The bottom line is that lockdowns and rules were good when they made your lives inconvenient and took away things that were essential to you. But suddenly, when the lockdown, all the rules interfered with achieving their political goals, they no longer mattered. So much for phases 1, 2, 3, and 4, paging Dr. Fauci. Well, this is all political in the end for Democrats, all of it. They want to stop President Trump and his supporters from having rallies or even a convention. Meanwhile, they applaud tens of thousands of people packed tightly into streets and parks to support their own efforts to defeat him. Isn't that a neat trick? Well, what about these protests? Peaceful protest? We've said this night after night. It's the hallmark of any free society. And we applaud peaceful protests. as we explained for months to left-wingers who tried to force us to stay home. But the left, their protests have become essentially right now part of a religion that is essential, that must be protected. But it's also become part social club. And the same geniuses who love to mock Baptists are out in the streets with their own rituals, membership rules, they have punishment for heretics even. And a scene that looked like Jonestown meets Pilates, a bunch of rich white liberals gathered in Bethesda, Maryland, suburb of Washington, D.C., to repeat their almost religious mantras.
About racism, anti-blackness, or violence.
And the black fool that is reading the nonsense that I repeat, just watch this one with his hands up. The dummies your people bow before. The dummies making the policies that you are forced to adhere to. Are you watching it? This is an insult. Believe me, if black people would wake up, all these people need to be thrown, they need to be peppered with rocks. Believe me, you are there. I will be ready. Wait, let us hear the thing before I give my own analysis, please. Watch.
About racism, anti-blackness, or violence. I will use my voice in the most uplifting way possible. And do everything in my power to educate my community. I will love my black neighbors the same as my white ones.
Now let's be clear.
My people, if at this age someone doesn't know that you should love your black neighbors as your white ones, please, that person is a racist. If at this age you still don't know it and you have to go out in the street, kneel down, raise your two hands up, repeat every nonsense you were told, believe me, I wouldn't want to go on a hunting trip with you. If as an adult, you don't, man, this is not just patronizing, it's very insulting, to say the least. Playing black people for chumps. Malcolm X said this a very long time ago. Long ago he said it. A very long time ago. The liberals, they are good in virtue signaling. They are good with that. No, if you want to solve slavery, help us catch all those corporations which you people work for. Check them, they are all rich, coastal and suburban elites. The places they live, you cannot afford it. Go check those neighborhoods, how many black people live there? How many black people live in their neighborhoods? Tell me. Gated communities, mansions everywhere. Just like your black liberal politicians, go and check Maxine Waters' home. Wait, let me get it for you. Hold on, guys. So give me a minute. I'm coming. Okay. I'm coming. Maxine Waters, this is her home. See her home. See her home here, guys. Her district is the poorest district in California. Over 80% black. This home, as at 2016, was worth $4.6 million. The property. Do you think that property is in that neighborhood she represents? Huh? And when you point it out on a right-wing station, they will call them racist for saying that this criminal who've never had any job, who've never worked her whole life, never created any job, for saying that she's living in a place that is way above her pay grade. See her home, Auntie Maxine. She's leading the resistance. Fuck Trump! Fuck Trump! Hey, yay! Oh, sorry, guys. What did I do? My guys, I don't know what I pressed to. Hey, I don't enter Wahala. Sorry. Are you seeing it? And when you point it out, you are called a racist. How many black people do you think live in that neighborhood? They are the people that love black people so much. No, they gave you a black president. Yes. That idiot was calling for was calling on her supporters to go and attack elected officials from the other party. Attack white people. What's the population of black people in America? What's the population of white people? And you think you can attack them, then when they fight back, you will call them racist. Meanwhile, you brought it upon yourself. I don't know where this idiot is coming from that calls himself judge. Your father is getting his check from the Russians. Are you see how they brainwash these people? Get your check from the Russians and enjoy. Watch them. Watch them. So the Russians are paying me now, eh? These are the people that bought into the Russian delusion nonsense. And the fool, maybe he didn't watch this thing. What's the name of that guy again? Rosenstein. Rosenstein, even the fake Senate hearing on Russia, because I don't expect anything good to come from Lindsey Graham. Never. Never. These are the people that they were buying into that nonsense. They bought into that rubbish. Guys, please, I want to end with this video for Joseph Watson. Then we go. The woke crowd and their virtue signaling. For those of you in the UK, you can check him out. I don't agree with everything he's saying. But on this one, he's dead on the money. Let's watch.
Remember that whole coronavirus social distancing thing? Remember how in both the US and the UK, the media denounced and publicly shamed anti-lockdown protesters for spreading the disease and killing Granny? Well, they've suddenly changed their tune, haven't they? Thousands of BLM demonstrators gathered in London today for more peaceful protests that ended with barriers being smashed, objects hurled at cops, and police officers punched in the face. So peaceful. Boris Johnson urged people to protest in accordance with social distancing. Yeah, really looks like they're doing that. Meanwhile, we can't hug our loved ones by law. It's illegal for us to get closer than 2 meters to our own parents But this is okay. Anti-lockdown protesters are bad, spread the virus and kill Granny, and you'll be publicly shamed if you take part. BLM protests are good and don't spread coronavirus at all. And you'll be publicly shamed if you don't take part. The same health workers in the US who berated stay-at-home protesters, even though many of them stayed inside their vehicles, for violating social distancing, are out on the streets today applauding far-left protesters.
Watch. Nurses who accuse stay-at-home protesters of killing Granny applaud thousands of left-wing demonstrators in New York. Are you seeing it? Are you my heroes? I work because I'm a health worker. I'm doing it. Shut up. You are not special. You are not. Okay? Shut up. Watch them.
For congregating in huge mobs with total disregard for social distancing.
Yay! Yay! Watch them. Watch this one. This is where you get the most joyless people in the world. They are just trying to do anything that will make them feel the void in their lives, or will make them pretend as if they're feeling the void in their lives. Watch them. Or the feminists. Go and check all of them. Check them. They all majored in the same nonsense. Liberal arts. Are you seeing them? Watch them. Watch all of them here. Watch them. Yeah. Raising your feet up. Yeah, the revolution. We hear you. Kai. Yes. Watch this one. Is this a man or a woman? The gender number. Yes. Yes, with your skateboard. Man, these people, Kai, they've dumped down the population. They've really dumped down the population.
Authorities in New York are enforcing social distancing rules, despite the fact that riots and looting were taking place just 2 miles away. People aren't even allowed to go to church, yet these rioters are venerated. We can't even go to the pub to see our friends, yet these people can swarm Downing Street in huge numbers, and the media gives them a pass. Imagine if there was an open the pubs protest in London. Even if only 100 people turned up, the media and the left would be outraged. Attendees would be doxxed and harassed. Thousands gather in London to protest something that happened in a different country. Media, this is fine. Remember how much of a big deal they made out of that Atalanta-Valencia football match in Italy?
Doctors say a biological bomb. Champions League football match in February was an incredible accelerator for the coronavirus deadly spread in northern Italy. No, you are not allowed to watch the Champions League or go to the stadium. But you are allowed to go to the street and protest because it is helping them politically. They want power. This is a power grab, a blatant power grab, in case it's not obvious to you already. That doctor who stopped me from watching Champions League should be dealt with. He should be put in the same prison as ISIS fighters. Believe me. Stealing even our small joy. Can you imagine? Kai.
Before the lockdown that they said was responsible for drastically spreading COVID, the media called it a biological...
Coronavirus Champions League match, a biological bomb that infected Bergamo, experts say. Are you seeing how is the same thing? Go and check different newspapers, but you see the keyword biological bomb. Fear. Doesn't it sound like what the pastors tell their members before they steal from them? Ancestral spirits, ancestral powers, ancient powers of the old. This is the same thing, my people. Words are strong. Words are magic. Yes,
bomb. This is London today.
Mm-hmm. Wait.
This is London.
Watch London yesterday. Watch it. Watch the social distancing going on. Can you see all the social distancing? Yes. Yes. Watch the social distancing going on. Watch it.
London today. What changed? Let me emphasize, this is all in response to something that happened in a different country. UK police killed just 2 unarmed, meaning without a gun, people in the whole of 2019, one of whom was Usman Khan, the London Bridge terrorist. What are you even protesting? When an Islamic terrorist blew up a bunch of kids in Manchester, we were told, don't look back in anger. But when an American cop kills someone 4,000 miles away, people get angry. Then there's the whole Dominic Cummings freak out. The same people who just hyperventilate.
Dominic Cummings, this guy. Let me tell you people, those of you in the UK, they weren't hassling him because of the lockdown bullshit. It's because of Brexit. Yes, they are blaming him for it. When it was actually Nigel Farage and co. Jacob Rees-Mogg. Those were the people who fought for Brexit, not him. But because his punishment and he even ventured into that lane, not wholeheartedly. That was why they were swarming around him. Now, let's check this joke. These media guys, the journalists, they are currently breaking. Wait, please, I need to gather my spirit to laugh at this one now. These journalists are breaking the social distancing law to report on someone breaking the social distancing law. Is it making sense to you? Huh? Is it making sense to you? Please let me rewind a little. What the journalists breaking social distance? Oh, man.
There's the whole Dominic Cummings freak. The same people who just hyperventilated for over a week because a government advisor broke social distancing to arrange urgent care.
Look at all the social distancing going on amongst the journalists. Yes. We are there.
Child, and now gushing over a mass gathering of thousands of people in central London. What changed? Is coronavirus woke? Does it take a break exclusively for protests that champion left-wing causes? Or are you all just a bunch of massive fucking hypocrites? This Labour MP was whining about Cummings on May 25th. Just over a week later, he's bragging about breaking social distancing because virtue signalling is more important.
Are you ready? Wait, guys, let's read this one very well. Watch. 4. This is a long tweet. Number 4. Cummings told the Prime Minister in mid-April that he'd gone to Durham, but Prime Minister did not ask Cummings for details until last Friday evening. Why was he not concerned that the rules might have been broken by his top advisor until it became a political embarrassment? Really? We are coming.
Cummings on May 25th. Just over a week.
Been social distancing since March. Today, I broke it to join the Black Lives Matter demonstration outside Parliament and take a knee with thousands of brave young people calling for justice. If Black lives really matter, the UK should get the hell out of Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, even Tanzania, Liberia, the Gambia, Sierra Leone, South Africa, Botswana, Malawi, even Zimbabwe. If Black lives really matter to these people, why are they still colonizing Africa? I will take any insult. I will take it from people maybe from Germany, Italy, but not these people. Not these people. Are you seeing the blatant hypocrisy? Are you seeing it? Kai, these people,
Week later, he's bragging about breaking social distancing because virtue signaling is more important. Massive fucking hypocrite. The UK media laboriously keeps telling us that coronavirus disproportionately affects BAME communities. Now, thousands of BAME people are in close proximity, potentially giving each other the virus. The media celebrates it. Many of the protesters in London are school-aged teenagers. Leftists have aggressively campaigned against sending them back to school because of the threat of spreading COVID. Attending a protest with thousands of other people cheek by jowl, though, that's fine. As Ben Sixsmith writes for The Spectator, it's kind
of amazing. For weeks, we have been arguing about the minute details of viral transmission. Can you be outside? How often can you be outside? Can you be with other people? How many? And how much distance should you keep from each other? Then masses of people gather in cities across the world for a protest and the authorities do nothing. It just goes ahead.
Kind of amazing. For weeks, we have been arguing about the minute details of viral transmission. Can you be outside? How often can you be outside? Can you be with other people? How many? And how much distance should you keep from each other? Then masses of people gather in cities across the world for a protest, and the authorities do nothing. It just goes ahead. All those cancelled weddings, missed funerals, and never to be had last moments with their loved ones that people were expected to endure, only to see other people doing this.
My people, let's stop minding these fools. And I pity anyone that still takes them seriously. At this point, it's supposed to be open. As at now, West Papua is still under colonization by Indonesia. Guys, there is a brother I will invite from West Papua, Papua New Guinea. I will invite him here to educate us on what's going on there. He's from there. He lives in the Netherlands. I watched him on this Pan-African TV. Then I reached out to him. I'm trying to fix a date because I have things I want to discuss first. I have lots and lots of issues we need to trash out before I bring him on. I'm trying to make out a space, create a space on when I will bring him on to come and lecture us and educate us on what's really going on in Papua New Guinea. Black Lives Matter, right? How about the blacks of India? Huh? Have we talked about the black population of China and what happened to them? What about the corporations that are destroying Africa? What was the Ghanaian cedis? I don't want to go back to 2011. In 2014, how much was the Ghanaian cedis to the US dollars? How much was the Nigerian naira to the US dollars? How much is it today? Black Lives Matter, really? Really? If Black Lives Matter, why are Congolese children being forced to work in mines? In the days of King Leopold, the children get their hands cut off. Some of them, because their parents didn't work very well, didn't bring enough rubber, they will cut off their hands. Today, if you are not mining enough in those places, they still punish you. Who are the people taking the diamonds, the gold, the rare earth minerals? Do Black lives really matter to these people? How many of those African countries did George Soros and co help destroy their currencies? Yet the same George Soros is sponsoring these so-called Black Lives Matter people to protest. And you think you are doing something for black people? It's just a shame. It's just a shame that we are buying the bullshit. Guys, I think we've done enough on the protests. We've done enough exposition on it, and at this point, anyone who is not getting the joke now will never get it, no matter how you try. Just forget them. Those of them who have not gotten the joke by now will never ever get it. I'm telling you. It's done. I don't know about you. My guys, I'm patting myself at the back. I don't need anyone to praise me. I am praising myself for the job I've done on this. So educate your people, your parents. Let them understand that the government is not there to help them. Rather, they are there to make their lives miserable. Yes. They are there to make their lives miserable. My people, I'm heading to the pub. I'm heading out. I just want to go have a drink. Enjoy my life. Those of you who are waiting until you die before you enjoy your heaven, please, no problem. I wish you all the best. Safe trip, safe journey, and bon appetit whenever that time comes. As for me, I will take my own here. My own here. As long as the pastors, the politicians, all those people are taking theirs here, my dear, I want my own here. Aleze, Jidewen. Heaven Abi, if you pass this one, on a take. Guys on YouTube, thank you. I'm heading to the pub right now to have fun, to enjoy myself, to hug. The only thing that will be missing is a living thing. If not, whatever people are doing in the pub, I will do it other than going home with a living thing. Okay? Say Beck's beer. I don't know which one yet. I don't know which one yet. I know I am going to drink enough beer, cold beer. So I'm going to have fun. I have 12 plots of land for sale in heaven. My brother, don't worry. Can you? I'm selling mine too. I'm selling mine too at a very affordable price. At a very affordable price. I'm selling mine too. Please, who's buying my own space? Who is buying my own space? Where is my Benjamin is in France, my dear. She's in France. Okay? My brother, enjoy yourself. Oh, tomorrow is your son's birthday. Wow, that's nice. And I was born in June also. I will not tell you the day anyway. Don't destroy your liver. Do it giveaway. The land, the heaven plot of land, right? Hey, my dear, you go rough. You go rough. You see how Ijele has corrupted? No, everybody don't corrupt before they came here. They don't corrupt before they come here. June 5. Wow. Me na June 22nd. Thank you, my people, for joining us this wonderful evening. Those on YouTube, I will let you go now. Thanks. And if you're watching us for the first time on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Thank you.